Hey guys, it's Jason at Mustang Rehab. Hope you all had a good 4th of July weekend. We did. Had family come visit. Had a good time, and we still had time to get a few things done. We picked up a donor car, and wait till you see the parts we got out of that. So here we go. Alright guys, so what I have for you first is just a few short clips of what I went through with this car. So actually what you're about to see is a friend of mine, Alan Doral, been a friend for a long time, gave me a 1984 Crown Victoria LTD in all of its grandeur. We pulled it out of the woods. It was literally pulled it out of the woods and loaded it up, and so you'll see in these clips what we got. But I'm telling you guys, it was a gold mine. So check out these shots that we took, and we'll be back and I'll show you everything that we robbed off of it. Okay guys, welcome to the back side of my shop. My little private jungle here. Anyways, sometimes when you need a part, you have to have a donor vehicle. And today, a good friend of mine, longtime friend of mine, gave me a donor vehicle for I need an AOD transmission for the Bronco. And it's got a nice serpentine belt set up on the 302 engine that's in it. So there's no telling how many parts I'll be able to use off this car, but this is it. Ugly as it can be, but you guys, sometimes it's a diamond in the rough. And since I didn't have an AOD transmission right there, it's just I have to put a little work into it to get it pulled out. You guys drive by and you see these old cars, sometimes they have a little gold mine sitting in there. I'm gonna get this thing pulled out and get the adapter kit ordered from Tom's Bronco. They sell, it's a tail shaft adapter. You take the tail shaft off of this and it converts it to the Dana 20 transfer case anyways. This is what you do when you need parts. 302 AOD, all the power steering pump, bracketry, you'll have to buy all that stuff rebuilt. But it's hard to find all these pieces when you're converting, so best to get it out of a donor. Anyways, bye. Hey guys, so here it is. It looks like a mess, but this is really the way to go. An AOD, it's got all the kick down linkage, shift linkage, reverse light. It's a 2-wheel drive, but Tom's Bronco has this back, the adapter, all this unbolts, and you have the new stub shaft, everything. So this is perfect. The starter on it looked brand new. Not sure if we can use it, but there's a possibility. If so, we have the serpentine belt up front, the power steering pump. So this thing really comes with a lot of parts. Again, it's an 84 Ford LTD Crown Victoria. So this is a bunch of parts I don't have to go hunt down. Get them cleaned up, painted, they'll look like new, and hopefully really be further along. So this took an afternoon. Go pick up the car, pull the engine. I'm gonna get a shower and go take a break. So catch up with you in a little bit. Alright guys, so yesterday I picked up the car, pulled the engine, transmission, rested because I was wore out. I looked like a drowned rat, Joni said. Got out here this morning, disassembled all the parts off of it that I needed. So as you can see, if you're converting to an AOD, I would have really had to have rounded up a whole lot of parts. By getting this car, it had everything. So I'm going to show them this, Joni. Here's the AOD transmission. It's got all the kickdown parts that you need, you know, for your the hooks to your carburetor. It has all the shifting linkage. It has the reverse, the backup light, wiring. It's got transmission lines if I happen to need those. I was able to keep all that. And just remember, guys, the tail housing gets taken off and you put a new stub shaft, new bearing, and adapter, and that adapts to the Dana 20. So it doesn't matter if it's 2 or 4-wheel drive. And then I'm working on a friend of mine that used to build transmissions. If I can get him talked into it, I'm gonna get him to build my transmission. Guy is outstanding. But we'll put a little shift kit in it because I'd like to have firm shifts and just let him work his magic. He knows what he's doing, I don't. But back to the parts. We got the spacer plate, we got the inspection cover, the flex plate, torque converter. Of course, we'll get a new torque converter when we get it rebuilt. And then the car also had a power steering pump that I needed. It's serpentine system. And so I went ahead and took all the bolts out of it, all the bracketry, and I'm going to test fit it, and if I can possibly use that, I'll clean up all these parts, make them look new, and I'll run a serpentine belt system on the car. I kept all the hard to find bolts. Everything's in the can. All the bolts that like go onto your water pump that attach all your accessories. All that stuff's hard to find. So if you happen to find one of these cars or you see one sitting out behind somebody's house, I think it's early to mid 80s to early 90s, Ford used the AOD. Crown Victoria's, Grand Marquis, Ford trucks. So y'all look for those things. You know, this is a great find. Oh, the starter looked brand new. It looked like the starter had been changed on the car recently. So, you know, that was, I say recently. It was changed on it before the car was parked. And another crazy side note, now you guys would think this is crazy. I pulled it in, I was just verifying what year the car was, so I knew I had the right transmission. I saw a tag receipt. I said, well, the tag receipt will say what year the car is. Well, the gentleman on the tag receipt, I knew. My dad worked with him when he got out of the Army and was in Saudi Arabia, so it's kind of crazy how all that worked out. But anyways, this is perfect. This will get Joni exactly what she wanted. And now we just got to get it built, order another adapter, because the adapter I got for the ZF, it won't fit the AOD. But at least we're set up for next time we build another one. Alright, so now the pretty stuff that we just got in today. Alright guys, so here's the cool stuff. We just got most of their stuff in today. But Tom's Bronco parts. We got the front bumper, rear bumper. So this thing looks really cool. So anyways, these look really nice. They actually had this one. This was in their discontinued bin. And so I was able to save about $150 on it because they said they changed something on it anyways, and they have a newer style. But I like the way this looks. This is going to look really nice. And then their matching rear bumper. And we're going to custom fab the tire carrier for it. But anyways, and Stage 5 Tom's Bronco 2.5-inch suspension lift. 4 shock absorbers, front and rear, so it'll have two at each corner, so 8 total. It's got the hoops. We got the track bar. We got several different parts for it. The upgrades. We got front disc brake kit. All of our springs. Let's see, body mounts. Just all kinds of parts. This is exciting. All the lockout hubs, all the stuff that you need to put in the kit. All the new urethane, bushings. This is the socket I bought the other day when I was tearing down the front end. The kit actually comes with one, so that's pretty cool. So I have 2 now. Anyways, just exciting things to come, guys. So here in the upcoming couple weeks, we got a lot to do. Fabricating, do the modifications to the frame, and fix body mount holes, mount our new shock hoops. That's gonna look so good. And move the frame, engine mounts. I bought the mounts for it, so those actually get cut off and moved back. So you guys stay tuned. We have got a lot coming up. So this weekend was spent rounding up parts, but it was well worth the time. And I want to say thank you to Alan again. I really appreciate it. He sure helped me out. So, all right. Well, you guys stay tuned. Keep following us, and like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. So have a great day.